Hey YouTube, what's going on? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today of Bitcoin, Litecoin, and XRP. That's the order we're going to be going in. Right now we're going to be looking at Bitcoin. This is going to be on the 4-hour chart. It's 12:48 p.m. Eastern Time. It's November 6, 2019, so I wanted to point that out there. And one of the main things I'm looking at here is this consolidation. And what we're trying to find out is if this is going to be some type of a Bart pattern, or if this is a bull flag and we're going to have that next leg up. So that's some of the stuff I'm going to get into here with you today, guys. If you like these videos, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Appreciate you all being here with me today, and let's get into this. So what I'm looking at here for the bull flag, we're going to do the bullish case first, and we'll do the bearish case. So the bullish case for us, what happened was we had a vertical mast, and that's what you're looking for with a bull flag. It was on heavy volume, so that's perfect. And then what you're going to have is this consolidation either sideways, sometimes you can even slightly go up, almost like a rising wedge type deal, or it can be slanted down. But what you want to see is the volume decreasing, and that's exactly what we're having. And what we're waiting for now is that next blast of volume. If we are going to make a move to the upside, it's going to need to be on big volume, and we're also going to need to keep this purple trend line here. This purple trend line is our higher lows that have been in place. So now what we're looking to see is if we can get a big stick of volume and make that next leg up. And if we do make that next leg up, just to give you an example of where it may take us, what we want to do is extrapolate this point here, and we're going to go off close to the real bodies. This is just going to be a rough example for us. But guys, even if we did something along those lines right there, that would take us up to around 11,700, and maybe we could even push up into this area around 12,342, which could be some strong overhead resistance, but that's what the flag would look like. So essentially we're in that consolidation point right now, and we're just going to see if we're going to have an upside or a downside break. So in my opinion, the patient are going to be the most rewarded once we find out which way we're going to go. And what you can have with bull flags is consolidation up to 4 weeks. If it goes longer than 4 weeks, then most likely it's invalidated. Now to the downside, what we would see is some type of Bart pattern. So let me get this off here for us. So if we are to go to the downside, we've seen this many times, guys, where we go up and then we kind of hang around here, we bounce around for a while, and then we have a straight shot back down. If we do have a straight shot back down, I want to see if we can hold this 20-day EMA, and this is going to be on the 4 hours. So basically, I have an alarm right here. It's at 8,877. And that's going to alert me right around this 200 EMA. And that's going to be important because if we just cut right down through that on heavy volume as well, then I'm going to be looking down here at around 7,339, where we had a nice bullish engulfing candle on the 1-day chart. That's important for us. So those are the levels that I'm looking at here, guys. And what I'm looking at is just to see how tight we're going to get, because the tighter that we get here, most likely the more powerful the break's going to get. And you'll see that in Bollinger Bands. When the Bollinger Bands squeeze up real tight, you're waiting for that break either to the upside or downside, but then you have that expansion, and it's amazing to see, but that's what's taking place right now. So you really need to be patient, and you need to watch this market right now, because I feel like the next move, when it really comes, it's going to be on volume, and it's going to be explosive, either to that upside or the downside. And we also could go sideways for a while, and that's why we have a plan for that, of just being patient and waiting for that next move. On the 4-hour chart, the RSI is at 50 right now. So that's what I wanted to bring to you for Bitcoin. We're going to move over into Litecoin, and we're going to go out on the 1-day chart. And guys, also let me know if you like when I cover these 3 together, or if you like when I do 3 or 4 together, or if you just like when I do, Bitcoin by itself, a video, Litecoin by itself, XRP by itself. Let me know. I'd love to hear down low. So right now, Litecoin is at $62.93. And what happened was our upside targets, or alerts, were triggered. So let's zoom in here so you can take a look. So what happened is we're running into this point of resistance right here. So we're flirting with that alarm. We came up past it, but we really didn't close up above. We flirted with it, and now what you're having is a day of an indecision. So it's almost like one of those doji candles. We're slowing down. There's a fight between the bulls and the bears, and what we're going to see is if this is basically an area where we're just going to pull back slightly, and then we're going to make the next move up, or if these wicks here are going to be a spot of overhead resistance, and we're going to start falling to the downside. But we have a few good things going for us here, and one is a trend line break on a bullish engulfing candle on decent volume, so that's good. Also, we're having our 9 EMA cross above our 50 moving average, and now we're starting to get our 20 EMA to cross up above our 50 moving average. So that may be enough here to help push us to the upside. Remember, we're talking about this 200-day EMA and testing that. We haven't been back up above it since August 12th. So it's really important that we can get up above that, guys. And what we're trying to do is change the trend. The trend's been down, lower highs and lower lows. And now what we're trying to put in is higher highs, higher low, higher high, higher low, changing that trend. That's what's so important. But the candle is very tight right now. So you're having a big fight between the bulls and the bears. I'm going to keep these alarms in, and I just want to see what we do. Pay attention to the candle close today. It's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern time, and the candle close will really tell you a lot about what's going on for Litecoin, Bitcoin, XRP. You always want to look at that one-day candle close and see what happens, excuse me, guys, each night. Each night at 8 p.m. I always look and say, okay, this is what's going on. This is what happened. You know, what do the wicks look like? And it's really helped me in my trading, and also identifying trends and trying to spot them on the short term, the intermediate, and the longer term, so we know which way to play the market. That's one of the most important things that you can really put in your back pocket. So that's Litecoin now, guys. Just a really tight candle. We're waiting to see if we get that next move up to around $73, or if we're going to start back testing this 50-day moving average. That's what I'm paying attention to. RSI is at 62 right now, slightly pointing down just a little bit, but we are looking at these moving average crosses, and that may be enough to get us that next leg up. So if you like me covering Litecoin, guys, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll move on to XRP. So XRP is dropping back now below 30 cents. So what's been interesting with XRP, if you look at this trend line in yellow, so we did have a trend line break. We broke out of this. We back tested it. So you can see this long wick down here. We back tested it. We got back up above the 50-day moving average, and right now you can see how tight this price action is if I zoom in here. We're still up above the 9 EMA, so that's our short-term moving average. That's good. We're still up above our 20 EMA in purple. That's good. That's a mix between our short term and our intermediate term. And then our 50 moving average is going to be our intermediate term. And we're also having higher lows that are coming in here. You can see this green trend line that we have here. So we have higher lows still coming in. We're getting squeezed now with that 200 EMA overhead. So what's going to happen is the candles will continue to get tight until we get that next stick of volume and the breakout. So upside targets, I have an alarm here at 31 cents, and then downside I have an alert at 26 cents. And I would also want to see what we end up doing with this 50-day moving average. You can see this long wick where we really defended it. We didn't want to close below it, and then we've been staying up above it for quite a few days now, over 10 days. So that's a significant area. The RSI is at 55, so it's more neutral. So guys, what I'm going to have to put for this stream is basically, you know, the patient will be rewarded, because we're just really waiting. We're looking at changing the trend from an intermediate term downtrend into a short term uptrend here, and that's by those higher highs and higher lows. And now that big squeezing effect's taking place, and we're just going to have to wait for the break. So patience is such a virtue in trading. Some of the best things you can do is to sit back and say, I'm not going to make a trade today. That's saving money, and that allows you to stay in the game, and you can look for the next opportunity, as opposed to taking a bad trade, have it go against you. You didn't put in a stop loss, and now 60% of your account's gone, because it's cryptocurrency, and we know how crazy it is to the upside and the downside, and how manipulated it can be. So that's what I want to do with this here, guys, with this channel. I want to help as many people learn how to trade as possible. And if I can do that, you know, we can build a little group of people who are seeing things on the charts, and we can kind of work together. You know, you can leave in the comments, hey, you know, did you see this on XRP, or did you see that on Litecoin? And that can really help, and I can cover it and get it out there for people, because I was once you know, a rookie in this space too. 2.5 years ago, I think it was now, that I got in, and I was listening to some of the wrong people. Like, I've told this story, but for new subscribers, I was listening to some of the wrong people, and after losing and listening to these people, I said, you know what, I got to study this stuff the best that I can. I want to learn it for myself. And now I really don't listen to anybody else, because it can affect my trading. What I like to do is just, you know, go through all the aspects, the upside, the downside, and the sideways, and come up with a plan and stick to that plan. Because you can look at other people when you've had this plan, and then theirs starts getting in your head, and it can mess with you. So I think it's pretty tough sometimes when you're listening to 10 different people. You really should maybe pick 1 or 2 that you listen to or go to for advice, and then really do this stuff on your own as you learn it, and then check yourself. Really do the paper trading. Paper trading is going to be very valuable for you, so you can learn this stuff without spending tons of money. Some of the great traders, they've lost 20, 30, 40, $50,000. I've heard of some even $100,000 when they first started trading because they went so big so early and they didn't have the proof in the pudding. They didn't back test their theories, and that's where you can get in trouble. You want to really do paper trading, then micro trading, and then get into the bigger trading whenever you're ready. From all the books that I've read, 5 years or less, you're just a baby in this space, even if you've been studying constantly. So it takes a lot of time to really get good at this, and don't beat yourself up and learn from your mistakes. You know, it's not a failure if you learned from it, you took something from it, and you don't make that mistake again. And that's what I want to do here. So I want to help educate as many people as I can. Guys, I'm going to keep trying to do the best that I can. But, you know, you get something from this, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I appreciate y'all being here with me today. And also check out my playlist if you're interested in studying all that. There's probably 38 or 45 free videos on there for you that can really help you. And it's something that you can go to and watch over and over and over. And I think it could be a benefit for you. So, guys, take care. God bless.